maybe you just randomly from the algorithm clicked on this, but regardless, hello!
Let's begin, shall we?
Hi, hello. How are y'all doing today? Let's get started with our movie puzzle. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. Got kind of a longer name. Interesting. Oscar 19, don't know. War Machine. Don Cheadle. Think that's how you spell it. Star Trek 2009. Oh, John... No, because John Cho would be too many letters. Oh, no, it's CHO. So that works. Is this going to be Michelle Williams? I know. I'm slacking. Warhorse. I don't remember anything about that movie. I, Robot. Surprisingly, it's not Will Smith. Jeez, 2004. I probably haven't watched it since 2004. Yeah, I don't remember anyone else off the top of my head. Baby Driver. John Hamm? Crash 2005. That's one that was just like a big ensemble cast, so it's hard to remember. We'll come back to that. Mace Windu. Brad, I feel like you know this one. You're an ensemble cast? I wish. Fortunately, it's just me here. Sideways, Thomas, Hayden Church. I always try to put a Y in his middle name, but Great Gatsby. Oh, Joel Edgerton. Mariners. Hi, hello. How are you doing? How is the news story coming along? I don't remember who that is. Oscar winner 1992. Oh. Slumdog Millionaire. It's gonna be Dev Patel. Great. I just started the actual writing. Shia LaBeouf for I, Robot. Alright. Well done, Weege. How are you doing? Welcome in. The Lion King 2019. Doing alright, you're relaxing? Nice, Weege. Um... feel like we should be able to get it based on all the stuff we've been able to hit. Okay, I think it's Vanessa. Yeah. So it'd be Vanessa Redgrave. Close, Rad. Close. I was able to pull that because she was actually a clue in the horizontal on one of the ones we got last week, I think. So Gina Davis, Oscar winner. Emily Watson was in Warhorse. Okay. Oh, Brendan Fraser was in Crash. Yeah. Like I said, big ensemble cast, so that one's tough. Isla Fisher was in Nocturnal. Okay, so like every redheaded actress was in Nocturnal Animals. Jack Palance won an Oscar in '92. Okay, and then Chiwetel Ejiofor for The Lion King. He replaced Jeremy Irons as Scar, if I remember right. I think so. But yeah, good job, team. We got our streak going. We got our 90% plus success rate, so we're doing well. Alright, now we are going to switch over to hopefully do some writing and stuff. You're correct, you voice card. Okay, yeah. I was pretty sure about that, but I didn't watch the quote-unquote live-action remake because I didn't see a point in it. Only 91%, dang. Yeah. Missed a couple here and there. You didn't, yeah. So first thing I want to do is, I did look up some movies, because the previous sequence we have the TV turning on, and I want quotes from existing movies in there, so I actually looked them up on my own time, so we wouldn't have to go through that on stream, but I have those saved as bookmarks, so when we go back to do the editing, I want to have a note to update those in the script, so scenes 109 and 110. Update lines from movies. Yeah, I was able to find a couple with a very helpful website. So I found one's from Casablanca, one's from Psycho, one is from Gilda, and the other one is a movie I've not seen. But it has Barbara Stanwyck, and she's amazing, so I figure it's alright to have that. Alright, so we got that note for when we start going through our notes and updating it after we get through our initial draft. Because I like to get through my first draft and then go back and make all the edits. Yeah, just as kind of a process thing. Mariners with the 3-stream streak. Yeah, you had to restart all your streaks with switching over to only having one account. But I appreciate you being here, and I know you've been here for more than 3 streams. Alright, so like I was kind of talking about it previously, lost 78 or 79 on you. Ooh, wow. So I guess that means, yeah, Rose is probably back at the top of the leaderboard for stream streaks, and you didn't stream now. Um, yeah, so previously we had a kind of creepy horror-esque sequence where Helene wakes up in the middle of the night, the TV's on, she tries to turn it off, but it ends up um, playing different snippets from different movies. Um, all of it ultimately leading her to find what she's been looking for, where the Stardust is. That's a hotel in Las Vegas. So the next morning, she talks to Emiko, tells her that she's going, but Emiko assumes she's going with Helene, but Helene wants to do this alone. And so she sets off, driving across the desert, and that's where we left off. So we're going to pick up this week with Helene going to the Stardust and talking with Bryn, and we'll see how far into Bryn's trap we can get. Hopefully quite a ways, but we'll see. Alright, so want to pick up, let's just we have Helene driving, so we can just pick up in Vegas. It's clear progression. Stardust Hotel, Las Vegas. Naughty Dog, hi, hello. How's it going? How long is that drive? How long is the drive from San Francisco to Las Vegas? Okay, so that would have you going down and around. I knew it was more than 4 hours. But this is also modern. LA's more than 4 hours too. I've done that drive. It's closer to like 6, but yeah. Well, starting close to San Francisco, we'll say. Alright, so she'd probably get there later in the day, so we can just say night. Which is actually probably better because Las Vegas at night would be more interesting visually than Las Vegas during the day. So, then we want to...
I like this one.
Hi, hello, welcome in. Is it alright if we call you Bucha? Or let us know what you want to be called. Also, Naughty Dog, very nice, 10 stream streak. Appreciate y'all being here. Oh, yeah. Naughty Dog's catching up Mariners on the screenplay stuff. Yeah, yeah. Would it be a receptionist? What's the name of the person at a hotel who greets people? What's the name of the person at a hotel who greets guests? So we have person who provides information as a concierge. Hostess? Yeah, I was thinking receptionist. Yeah, probably any of those is fine. Switching that around. Open doors. Expectant. Motions Helene in. Need to figure out a last name for Helene. Common French last names. Fuck off. Ugh. Lacombe. Bergeron. FrenchIceberg.com. Martin Bernard Thomas Petit Robert Richard Durand Dubois Saint Martin Moreau Laurent. So, of these, I like the last couple the best. Let's see. So it'd be Helene Durand. Hi, hello, welcome in Yunsu and community. Hope you're able to do some writing. Hope you are feeling better. And yeah, all the stuff, all the things. Due to it, stream. Oh, yeah, of course. Like I said, I like doing that kind of stuff, brainstorming, kind of bouncing ideas off of other people, because it exercises a different part of the creative part of my brain. So, yeah, I enjoyed doing it. I was glad I was able to help you out, Mariners. We are trying to be productive up in here. Right now, we are trying to figure out a last name for one of our main characters. Helene Lefebvre. Major's here! Alright, it's a stream now. Major's here.
Mercier.
Helene Mercier. I think I like that. Helene Mercier. Oh, yeah. Major's on top of it. Yeah, I completely forgot. Shoutouts. Thank you, Major. You're the best. Um, uh, I'm here. That's as much as I can say. Now, uh, why is chat so strange looking? Can't read everything. Okay. Sorry. I was having trouble with the thing. Yes, Major calls me Fiddlesticks. Yes. Okay. Um... France. Okay, so Mademoiselle. You know why the new French Navy has glass bottom ships so they can see the old French Navy? I actually knew that one before you typed it in, Naughty Dog. And then we need a last name for Bryn. She's Irish? Yeah, Irish. Have you seen the new French flag? It's a white cross. Oh, yeah. Swedish Navy has barcode so they can scan D-Navy in. I hope you heard that sigh. Alright. We need a last name for Bryn, so it's not going to start with B. Bryn Connolly? Connor, Doherty, Doyle, Duffy, Dune, Farrell, Flynn, Gallagher. Yeah, I figured the O apostrophe would probably be the easiest. So let's see, we could go Bryn O'Donnell, Bryn O'Neill. Oh, there's only 3 in here? They don't even have O'Sullivan. They're like, nah. Bryn Quinn? Sorry. You like O'Malley? Bryn O'Malley. Yeah. The big PO. See, I can't give people shit for their initials because mine are not great. That's all I'll say about that. I'm not disclosing what they are. They are not FU. Trallian, you picked a perfect time to come in. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you had a good stream earlier. I was lurking in there while I was trying to get some work done in the office today. It is not WTF. It is not FF. Oh, you're saying FF for yeah? Yes, it is FF. It's 54. Yes, exactly. Sorry, I forgot I'm not supposed to break the kayfabe. Your full legal name isn't Mr. 54? Uh, Major had a whole name for me. I can't remember all of it. No, mine are not that bad, Rat. If those were my initials, I would legally change my name. Yeah, I think Major came up with my full legal name should be like 50 Elizabeth Fiddlesticks, something like that. '50 Elizabeth IV Esquire. She just looked at that baby and said, "Man, fuck that up." uh, no, it is not DC Mariners. Okay. Alright, so we have Helene outside the hotel. She's greeted by the receptionist. So it's clear she's aware that Bryn knows she's there. Or knows she's coming there at least. And at this point would probably know she is there. We probably don't need to go through the process of like... Fitty probably has some fancy name like... No, that is not my name. So I'm just trying to figure out where do I want to kind of jump ahead to. Nah, Mariners, I'm not named after any cheeses. Don't think so. Nah. Okay. So then we will say interior corridor Stardust Hotel. Later. In high school, we found out that one of the math teacher's middle name was Alius. I can't even say it. And the dude never lived in town. Aloysius? Okay, Aloysius. Probably wish for a different middle name. Immaculate? Down the Immaculate hallway. I feel like that's too pristine, maybe. Top two answers on one. Yeah. I've never heard anyone describe anything as trig. We'll go with elegant. Down the elegant hallway. Sounds like a species of ant. Yeah. Got a trig infestation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is the sound of me skimming back through stuff we've written. Um, yeah, that's probably a better word. Sometimes my mind gets stuck on words and I try using them in places that they might not be perfect for, but lavishly probably be better to say overlooking the strip. Lavishly overlooking the strip. Yeah, that's better. That's the goal. Just keep making things better. Kind of like her just saying Miss O'Malley insisted. Yeah, that works. Um, nah, I don't need to go into those details. Does not matter. Schedule me with her tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Have you ever wrote a TV show? Yes. I've written a couple different things. So I wrote, trying to remember all of them. One was a kind of superhero parody. Um, but it was before The Boys was on the air, and I think it had some kind of similar stuff to that. So that one's just kind of, I've kind of more or less written that one off. And that was just one. Okay, yeah, I might have talked about them. I did, let's see, I co-wrote the pilot for a show with a friend of mine in a writing group because he was very much into, just call it The Friends or something. um, he was very much into space and writing about sci-fi and space, and his favorite show was Star Trek and all of that. So we kind of developed an idea about a show that would follow um, the crew of the first manned mission to Mars and kind of who the crew were leading up to the launch and then um, leading up to and initially following the landing on Mars. Um, so it had some interesting stuff, but I feel like we never quite got on the same page with everything. Um, so that one I liked, but it just kind of fizzled out. Remember Debris? No, I do not remember that show. And then I have written a couple of like episodes of existing shows because like at least a decade or so when I wrote them, a lot of times if you wanted to get staffed on a TV show, you would have an original pilot for something that you wrote, and then you would also have an example of writing an episode of an existing show. And so I had one or two of those as well. Co-writing must be tough because it's pretty much impossible for the visions. Yeah, yeah, it's I think, but I ultimately think it was a good thing that I went through that process because like I definitely learned a lot of how to work with someone else in a creative way and kind of, give each other space to um, come up with ideas, develop different things, pursue different ideas. But I mean, the biggest lesson I think I found was I definitely prefer writing on my own. Because, like, sometimes I get, I don't want to say hung up, maybe fixated on certain ideas. And so I really like pursuing those things. And, like, if I had a co writer that, like, wanted to keep me focused on something else, like it would be tough for me. Naughty Dog loves co-writing, fun to bounce ideas. Yeah, like I was kind of talking about with Mariners earlier, like I like brainstorming and coming up with ideas and letting my mind wander, and especially like building on each other's ideas is always interesting. But once it gets to the actual writing of stuff, um, I prefer to kind of do a lot of that more on my own. But then, like, at a certain point with writing, you also have to invite other people into it. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely worth a try. It would be something I'd try. Co-write a story or something. Be good to bounce ideas. Yeah. Co-write an idea I develop with someone. A lot of my ideas I like to keep for me. Yeah. This is a good point. Because you really want to be the guy that tries to write. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the other part of it is like, even if you're a great writer, you know what you're doing, how to structure stuff. When you co-write with someone, you add all this extra. It can be all these extra layers of difficulty because before you put anything on the page, like, it has to go through both people and like finding what the writing relationship is going to be. If one person's going to focus more on writing or one person's more of an idea person, like figuring out all of the workload of the actual writing becomes a whole nother thing you have to figure out when you co-write something versus just to. Here's a good example. When I was in college, whenever I had a project, I was the person who, like, if I got put in a team of 4 people, I was just like, I'm just going to do it myself. It's fine. We'll all share credit. It's fine. But I'm going to do it because I know it'll be done right, and we'll get it done on time, and we'll get a good score. And most people were like, all right, cool, go for it. So that way I could just do it, and I knew it would be good, and I didn't have to worry about someone else doing something in the project that isn't the way I would do it. Yes, I was very much that person in college. Like two people trying to ride the same unit. Yeah. I mean, pay those tuition fees. I might as well. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm still kind of that way. Like, I don't always trust other people, that they'll do things the way I want them done. So, sometimes it's just quicker and easier for me to do it myself. But not everyone is like that. Some people really thrive on constant interaction, constantly bouncing ideas, and kind of that immediate feedback of having a co-writer on something. So, kind of depends on what kind of person you are, what kind of environment you like. Yeah, everyone's different, and that's okay. Try to do my work for me, to quote Michael Jordan. And I took that personally. So do we need anything? Do I need Helene to do anything in the hotel room that night? Or do we need to show her doing anything in the... Sorry, sidetrack. Maybe not. So what she does is... Yeah. So this may be slightly pedantic, Naughty Dog, and I apologize if it is, but I kind of disagree that every scene should have conflict, but I think every sequence should, and then every individual scene within it should be leading to or part of the resolution after the conflict. Because that's like the key part of it, but if every scene has conflict, then like there's no ebb and flow in the storytelling. She can't figure out how to turn her TV on, then the conflict is with technology. Uh. See ads with her roundhouse kicking the TV. It could be like the hair metal bands in the 80s in LA, like throwing the fucking TVs off the balconies. That's the 8 sequence school of thought. As long as each sequence can be like a little. Yeah. You sound conflicted about adding conflict. No, like. I agree with Naughty Dog that conflict is kind of the key to storytelling, especially in screenplays storytelling. But the you need to have build up to the conflict and then resolution or redirection after the conflict, and so it's kind of like, this is a weird analogy, but it's the one that popped in my head. Like, when I'm walking on the treadmill, if I'm doing, like, rolling hills, like, you have to build up to the top point of the hill and then down and kind of rest a little bit and then build back up. And so you want that kind of ebb and flow in the story, so it's not just, like, a heart attack of a movie of just constant conflict, 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 conflict. Unless you're a Safdie brother, and that's a whole other thing. Is it that scene from The Office where the guy just picks up his computer and launches it? It's from Parks and Rec. Ron Swanson does that. This one? I don't like conflict. I absorb every emotion. Yeah, it is from Parks and Rec, which was made by a lot of the same people as The Office, so you were close. It's like Colleen picks out a dress, is in conflict. Colleen picks out her favorite dress, but Zara gets stuck, or Colleen picks out a dress, but none of them will impress Bryn. Yeah, but again, that to me, that's kind of leading into the what will be the conflict, which is her confrontation with Bryn. Never seen any version of, you haven't even seen the British version of The Office, Mariners? I've Nope. Fair. Um Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Yeah, we're just over an hour into stream, so yeah, this might be a good place to pause for a minute. I'll take a short break, think about it, and then when we come back, we can, I don't know, make decisions, figure out what to do next. Until then, we got some words on stream for anyone who would like to participate. The letters come up on stream. You type the words in chat, and it'll tell you if it's a real word or not. I think those are the rules. Good luck, have fun. 3, 2, 1, go. Well done, everyone. I helped. Oh, you got it right at the same time as me, not a dog. Nice. Yeah, Major with the super hard carry. Naughty Dog with the silver medal. Mariners with the bronze. Rad, me. We helped. Yeah. GG's chat. Excellent work. Let's exit. There we go. Moral support. Yeah. That first one with 2 of the 7 letter words adding an S was crazy. Oh, I didn't even see it. Yeah, free points. Yeah, sometimes Major will find the 7-letter word instantly, and sometimes if it's like 2 words conjoined, I'm like, oh, it gave me a free word I can use. It was expects to expect and accept to accept. Yeah. Yeah, whenever there's an S in there, I always check for those too. Um, okay. So I think what we do with this scene is Helene just kind of stands in the middle of the room and she knows something weird is happening, but she's also exhausted and needs to sleep. Um, add an S on words on stream is equivalent of Twitch Prime. Free money. So she surrenders because she's French. You're trying to. No, it's not what I'm trying to say, Naughty Dog. Trying to get me canceled by the French. Yeah, we had a good run, chat. We almost made it to 50 streams. Sounds like the French won't put up much of a fight about it. The French cancel themselves. Don't worry. Jeez. Oh. Nobody in here likes the French. I mean, nah, we won't get into it. There's a lot of good French movies. Wars they might not be the best at, but movies, they got some good ones. You'd like to visit France? You've never been? I've been to France, actually. Um, I went on a college study abroad trip. We did no studying. Um, over winter break one year. And I actually, yeah, we took the tube train from London under the Channel. Um, and I actually spent New Year's Eve that year with a group of college students on one of the bridges near the Eiffel Tower, and we watched the Eiffel Tower light up and sparkle and shit as it hit midnight on New Year's. Yeah, you can literally wave to France. Some people can swim to France from where you are. I don't know how expensive the Eurostar is though. I just know some people complain. You use European plug sockets. So you have to buy. Oh. Yeah. I didn't know they had different plugs in Europe versus the UK. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. That's a whole thing. We don't need to get into it. It's fine. I mean, you're not wrong. Cheese is where, or France is where the cheese is from. I like London. We went to, so on that college trip, we went to London and Paris. London, I thought was awesome, but like, those days went by so fast. Let's go for the fries, although Belgium claims to have invented them. French, also really good with the food. Britain, not so much. Then again, most French food is just like butter and whatever ingredients you can find. Are you saying I'm wrong, Mariners? Are you gonna offend British food? Outside of fish and chips. We have amazing KFC. Fair. Uh, yeah, my dad always told me London had some of the best Indian food he's ever had. Like, most of their best food is just from imported from wherever they colonized. And then, of course, fish and chips. And beef Wellington. And mashed potatoes. Best curry I've had in my life was, yeah. And I think one of the more famous Indian dishes was actually made first in England, but I can't remember which one. Okay, yeah, chicken tikka masala was invented in Glasgow. Yeah. Which isn't Glasgow. Is Glasgow Scotland? I don't know. Scotland, yeah, nice city. Yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know. I got nothing about Scotland. Looks really nice. Windy and rainy. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I kind of do, so. Seems like a nice place. Lots of sheep. Been to Edinburgh and Glasgow. Very different cities, both great in their own right. Nice. Oh, that should be a question mark. She's asking, not telling. Oh, why do I keep putting H there? I don't know. Bad muscle memory in my fingers sometimes. Question, have there ever been any times where the NFL teams have spied on each other? Yes. Surprised you don't know this, considering the most recent time, allegedly, was the Patriots got caught spying on the Bengals, actually. There's a big thing at the moment where a football team apparently sent a spy to watch another team. Picture of the guy standing behind a tree with his phone. Yep. 2019 New England Patriots were investigated and penalized by the NFL for filming the Cincinnati Bengals sideline during a game. Patriots production crew recorded 8 minutes of video focused on Bengals coaches and scouts, resulting in $1.1 million fine and a third-round draft pick forfeiture. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm surprised. Yeah. So that's the most recent one that I'm aware of, but like Rad said, it probably happens more often than we know about. The crew deflate their camera to make it smaller. Well, that's on Cleveland. Who? Where did Cleveland come from? No one's talking about Cleveland. You're not in Cleveland. Sorry, that's a Bengals fan thing. Uh, feel free to ignore me. Credentials provided by Cleveland. Oh, I didn't see that. Was that in Okay, so it was the Patriots crew. They were at a game, Week 14 game between the Bengals and Browns. So the crew probably went to Cleveland to get credentials, saying, "Hey, we're producing this video for the Patriots," and the Browns gave them. Hey, we're just making a documentary piece on, do your job and the Patriot way, and video focus heavily on the Bengals coaches signaling plays. Cleveland Browns want to be involved with something important. Yep. uh Ohio has shots fired. Sounds perfectly legit. Rad's not biased at all. Have you never seen Cincinnati chili? I grew up just outside of Cincinnati. It's become tradition for our family, if we go watch a Bengals game over when we all go visit for the holidays, that we'll stop at Skyline Chili afterwards. I'm getting canceled for that too. Oof, this is a rough stream for me. I'm not saying Cincinnati chili is the best chili. I am not staking that claim. It is edible. I enjoy it when I have it. When I make chili at home, it is more like Texas style chili. Aggressive. Exactly. Man, Naughty Dog feels about Cincinnati chili the way Mariners does about cheese. What do you say? Fuck me. What? Who puts pasta? I like chili over pasta. It's good. Sorry, heard my name and I like. Oh, uh, okay. Sometimes you just gotta manifest. Yeah. We just use that. Anticipative. Uh, uh, uh. Sorry, I was a bit lost because I think you guys are talking about seasoned foods. We haven't reached that stage yet? What? Okay. Uh, I can't spell. I can't spell, but it's fine. You mean British food has. Okay. Yeah, the English aren't big on seasonings. That's why their food isn't good. We all know this. Conquered half the world for its spices, and their food still tastes like wet cardboard. We have flavored water. Are you talking about beer or tea? Water? Okay. Like strawberry water? Okay. Nah. Alright, so now we got Helene in the room with Bryn. This is where we got all our conflict coming in. Alright, Major. Yeah, go take out your eyeballs and have a good night. And we will catch you tomorrow. Yay, TV. We might not be smashing TVs, but um, verbal conflict. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, Major. Have a great night. We will talk to you later. Uh, uh, um, so I want to look back at what. Okay, when Bryn and Helene saw each other the first time. Okay. So trying to head to Madrid for the NFL. I would like to. It would be awesome, but that is a lot. So I'm probably not doing it. Does Celine still have French accent after like 300 years? Not really. I think over time it kind of has waned. Um, that's why, kind of as we progress, she uses less and less French when she's talking to people. Because in like the first scene, it's like every other line of hers is in French, and then as we progress, it kind of is less and less over time. I personally don't agree with leagues taking their games overseas, but it would be a great experience. Yeah. I was reading it so fast, I didn't even notice that. That is a fair excuse. My spelling goes downhill after like 5 p.m. So yeah, 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, it would not be. I would not be at the top of my game. Gonna have to take writing out of my name. uh, Mariners, have we come up with a war idea? Yeah, so Naughty Dog, yesterday I believe it was, Mariners was streaming, and we were going over, he was going over his idea, and I was in chat kind of helping him brainstorm. Yeah, he's working on a short story. What is... So, Mariners, are you planning on having Yoon read that tomorrow for the beta read? Basically from the POV of a guy who just inherited his dad's casino, and he shows greed kind of overwhelming. Original idea was kind of greed being like a parasite. Okay, nice. Well, you have a busy 24 hours or so. Psychological, not physical, will kind of show greed can be like a parasite. Yeah. Yeah, Mariners, I know what you mean. About having, you want your stories to express how you feel about certain things, and yeah, a lot of my stuff, I have very specific views of things that I inject into them. What would I, what would we say? He likes short stories, have no idea why, but writing them just seems much more natural. Try to say they dislike writing them. All comes down to Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of finding the medium that best fits the story you want to tell. Because, like, I had one of the, actually, I think the first screenplay I started writing, I just kept, like, building out the idea, and so it ended up being, like, 150 pages, which is, like, way too long for a first screenplay, especially. But, like, I was so interested in like every little detail of the story that I was building, and like my writing group at the time was like, "Oh, you should turn this into a TV series. It would work so much better because there's all these you can explore all these little side things." And like I thought about it for a while. I played around with it, and I was just like, I like the screenplay format. I like having everything contained within, 90 minutes to 2.5 hours. I don't like trying to stretch something that I think can be told in 2 hours over like 8 or 10 hours. Some of the Stephen King's best stuff are short story collections. Yeah, the original idea was inspired by Survivor type from his book Skeleton Crew. Misery is a great read. Have not read it, have seen the movie though. I'm your #1 fan. Oh. Uh. Oh. Yeah. Who have you really been looking for? Thanks, Rad. Yeah, maybe. Bringing it back to the French. Oui, oui, hon, hon. I remember the Top Gear episode where they convert their cars into boats and tried to sail across the channel with France. Yeah, I've never watched Top Gear, but I know it has quite a following. Like when they got chased out of Argentina. Oh, no. Stop. Invading France, absconding to Argentina. Ooh. Oof. Okay. think that's a good place to call it for tonight. We didn't get into quite Bryn's Trap, but this is the beginning of it at least. Ever seen the TV show Hunting? That leader of Germany's? No, I have not. So I believe this is where we started for today. Let us see how we have done. Just over 500 words, so not bad. Let's see how we're doing overall. One short of 1,600 words total. Or wait, was that 16,000? 16,000 words. That makes more sense. Quick, add that second bean back. They go through Argentina looking to see if he actually went there before. Make Colleen say, "We." No, we'll hit 16,000 on Sunday. What's today? Today's Thursday. Yes, tomorrow's Friday. Okay, we're all right. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Yeah, this is a good place to stop for today. We're at the beginning of their conversation. There's going to be some revelations. There's going to be some backstabbing. Things are going to happen. Yeah. Plot's going to progress. All the stuff, all the things. Let me see. Who else is streaming? So we can go over to another writing stream. Author Christy, we rated her on Tuesday. They are writing. Or we can go over to another streamer that I follow who is playing Control. That is really cool. So, if any of you have a preference, let me know and we can go right over and say hello to someone. Or if anyone has any other people they would like to stream, I am open to suggestions. If you rated Chrissy recently, say, okay. We have an ad break starting. Yeah, we'll go right over there. Alright, yeah, we'll go right over to Shay. She's playing Control, and yeah, can hang out with them. She's cool. She's animal vet tech, but also games. Yeah. I like the vibes in the stream. Her community is really cool. Let's wait for the ad break to end in 50 seconds. I don't know. Anyone have anything cool they want to talk about for 50 seconds? So, I can go on a short rant. So one of the games I play is, okay, I'll do the raid message, is Marvel Rivals. And the new season is starting tomorrow. And I am completely skipping the new season. It looks so bad. So, I've been kind of collecting free games in the Epic Store as they come out, but I haven't been playing a lot of them. And so, because that season looks so bad, I'm like, oh, I'll have this free time. So, I'm going to start playing Hogwarts Legacy finally. So, that's the next game I'm going to be playing. Why did I... Okay. Leviosa. Alright, we're gonna go right over to Shay, watch or play some Control. Thank you everyone stopping by, hanging out, lurking, chatting, all the stuff, all the things. A lot of people making fun of France all stream. Um, like I said, I will be back on Sunday. I hope you all have a good end of your week. Go check out Soon tomorrow for the beta read night for Mariner's story. And yeah, have a great weekend. I will be back Sunday and we will try to do some more writing and stuff. So, till I see you, have a good one.
Thanks for checking out my channel. Do whatever you want. Live your life. I hope you're happy in your body. Much love to you. And see you around.